Hi everyone, and welcome to my live show. And hope you find me okay, because this is very much just a surprise kind of visit. So, hello everyone, and trying to get the lighting right. Hi. So there is this. What's been happening today is Harry has struck a deal today for the charity for 9/11. Okay, which is amazing. How much they've raised. They've raised. Okay, they have raised $1 billion. No, £1 billion actually. £1 billion for 9/11 victims. Sorry, the lighting is just dreadful, so I'm just going to pull it that way a bit. So, hi everyone, and so amazing. So I just pull up here these energies that sorry about the dog. It just wants to be cuddled constantly, and I have to get on with some work. So okay, I'll be there later. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's so cute as well. Never mind. I have to get on with this show. Okay. So, guys. Yes. Are you talking to me? Are you? Okay. I feel dreadfully guilty because I have to do this live show. So, So, where was I? So I'm bringing in energies here that Harry is amazingly somehow his PR is just amazing. And yesterday he went to visit these, was part of this speech here of the Invictus Games, and now he sealed a deal today. So let's have a look here. Thank you. Yeah, the dog is talking. I know. Oh, it's just the sweetest, cutest dog. I'll show you. Do you want me to show you the doggy? Come on, come here. Come here. Let me make you famous. Let me make you famous. Come on. Here. Come on. Maybe he likes to cuddle while we're doing that. Come here. Come on. Oh. I should say she, actually. I should say she. Okay, because it's a girl. And there you go. And her name is Minnie. And say hello, Minnie. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. So she's on the floor, but I think she just needs to be picked up. There. So she's sitting on my knee now. I know this is too cute, this dog. It's too cute to just leave. Her name is Minnie, and I'm looking after Minnie for a few days. So, oh, look, guys. Look, all you dog lovers, look. Say hello, Minnie. Oh, he's tired. Oh, I know, she's so cute, but I've got to get along with my work, and I have got to get along with my work. And she just wants to cuddle, so we'll give her a cuddle while I'm doing the live show, okay? So, so cute. So, I just have to say, Minnie's part of this show today. She likes lots of cuddles. And Say hello, Minnie. Hello, everyone. Hello. So, yeah, a little bit of a distraction. So, guys, yeah, so it's what I've gone straight off. I've gone way off track now with this dog. Hello, Shannalee. Hello, Shannalee. Hello, Shannalee. So I'm looking after a doggy, okay, and will not leave me. I have to pick her up because she's just so cute, okay, and you see, I would get along with the show. She's so cute, and she just needs picking up all the time, don't you? Yeah, she does. She's so cute. I think it's one of the cutest dogs because I do look after dogs, and she's one of the cutest dogs I've looked after. She's gorgeous, isn't she? Yeah. So I hope we've got a great connection now. And so, yeah, I picked up these energies that I picked up energies here that his PR team are doing a fantastic job with Harry because I think his reputation, his popularity was kind of waning, wasn't it? And so I feel this and I do feel this is what the plan is, to get his popularity back on track, because the public absolutely love Harry and what he's done, but they don't particularly like Meghan, which is, I think a lot of the public feel she's not suitable. And I know it's none of our business, but this is what I pick up intuitively, that they actually feel that she's not actually that she's not actually suitable for come here. Oh, let's take this way. She's not actually suitable for okay, I think I'm gonna have to let this dog out because I don't know. I think it's, wait one moment. Come on. Come on. This way. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Come on. You want to go that way? Okay. Come on. Come on. Sorry about that, guys. Bit of a distraction there with little Minnie, but she's just gone outside for a little stroll, just in the garden. Okay. So hi everyone, and yeah, so I do feel the energies of this PR team are actually trying to get Harry to be back popular. Okay, that's what I get, and it seems to be working. It seems to be working. Let's try to push the situation with Meghan to one side, and this celebrity thing nobody likes, but although he's been with celebrities today. And so hi everyone, let's just have a look here. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people feel that she's not genuine, and I hate to say it because I just feel like a bit of a bitch for saying it, but I'm not. I feel I feel this is what's coming through. Okay. So yeah, so So I hope you're all fine, and yeah, I'm looking after this dog, and it's just so cute. I can't leave it alone. It's just lovely. Um, so I want to say thank you guys for coming here, and this is a live show. And let's have a look here. Let's have a look at this at this. Do you know what, guys? I feel a bit kind of feverish today, and I'm sorry I keep going on about this bloody whatever's wrong with me all the time. But I've actually got a vitamin drink here, so I've not been, which has got another fly in it. I've not actually been uploading as much as I should have done, which I'm going to get straight back onto this tomorrow. But let's get along with this. This was reported in the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail. Prince Harry seals $1 billion deal as celebrities, including Abby Clancy, Cheryl and Amanda Holden, to a trading floor in London in a charity event honouring finance workers killed in the 9/11 attack 18 years ago. Well, what an amount there to seal 1 billion. That's huge. Harry attended 15th annual BGC Charity Day held by BGC partners to commemorate the 9/11 victims in 2011. Gosh, is that 18 years ago? That is just a lot, that just seems like yesterday. And that was horrible events. I remember, I think I've mentioned this before, I remember I was in the gym. We're talking 18 years ago, guys. 18 years ago, and me being on that that cross trainer, watching that television and the Twin Towers. I was watching the news like you do in the gym, and it was in the morning. So, and I couldn't believe it. Or was it in the afternoon? But it was in the morning. It was in the afternoon. It must have been in the afternoon because it was live. It was showing it live. So, yeah, it must have been in the afternoon for me. That's normal because I don't go to the gym early mornings. I don't go early mornings. I usually go in the afternoon. So that day just seems like yesterday. And it continues. 658 Clanton Fitzgerald staff and 61 Euro brokers employees died in the attack on the World Trade Center. Now, does anybody remember where they were on that time when the aeroplanes hit? Because it is that time of the year, it's September, and it's 9/11. So does anybody remember where they were on that day? So it is 9/11, so it's today, 18 years ago. Yeah, 18 years ago. So I was in the gym in England when that happened in 2011. So whereabouts was you? Whereabouts was you at that time? Debbie said, I was watching TV in my kitchen. I saw it happen in real time. Yeah, I did too. And it must have been afternoon, New York. So we're kind of 5 hours ahead of New York. has some horrific stories recently. I'm not going to even, there's news flashes. I get news flashes come on my computer, and it's just horrific what's coming through. Anyway, let's get back onto this, okay? And it's 9/11, and so, you know, a little Minnie's come back. And have you been outside? I've got to do my live show. Oh, she's so sweet. So, sorry. So, whereabouts was you on that day? Because it is 9/11, and this day is to remember those souls, you know, that died on that day. Let's have a look. I actually was on my cross trainer, and everybody stopped in their tracks. And I remember that clearly on the cross. I kind of stopped on the cross trainer and looked at the TV, and I'm like, oh my God. And that was when it came on. It kind of was doing like a replay of the first aeroplane that hit. And we've just had reports that an aeroplane has hit one of the twin towers, you know. And then as it was showing live coverage of it, then the second aeroplane went straight into the other tower, and I was like, oh my God. I just couldn't believe it, and I had to stop, and I had to I think the first thing that came out of my mouth, I said, well, there you go, there is I just said this World War III there, World War III. And it was, it's taken a long time to get rid of those Taliban, isn't it? Years and years. Years and years. Okay, so let's have a look at some of your, so all those souls, you know, we're praying for those souls that, you know, that we don't forget them. We have not forgotten them from 9/11, okay. Although it was a long time ago, we've not forgotten them. Oh, my Lady Chatterley, hello, my classmate died in that tower. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. That must be heartbreaking. And yeah, I remember that too, the people that were jumping out of the windows. It was just horrible, wasn't it? And there was that one with his leg up in the air, wasn't there, coming down head first. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do in that situation? And almost 3,000 people were lost their lives, Shanley. That's right. Horrific. Yeah, it was very upsetting. And your classmate, come on, your classmate actually died. I'm so sorry to hear that. Isn't it a small world in a way? Debbie Pop, I was in Florida hotel, and I immediately felt the sadness of the day and wanted to go home. It must have been terrible for you guys in America. I mean, we felt it in the UK and the rest of the world, but for you guys in America, it must have really hit your heart, you know. And Debbie Pop, felt the sadness of the day. I wanted to go home to be with my loved ones. It was a terrible day, yeah. And Sweet Peaches, let's have a look here. Where have you gone? I had dental surgery the day before, spent most of the night at the emergency room was at the surgeon's office at 7 a.m., went home, fell asleep, and there was the emergency TV show on all the channels. Yeah, it was on all the channels. All the channels. You kept turning it over. It was on. We didn't have an awful lot of channels back then, but not like we do now. Not unless you was. I think, but even back then, we didn't have a lot of channels unless you had the money to buy multiple satellite dishes and all that kind of thing. Yeah. And Dawn, President Trump gave a beautiful speech today. Yeah, I don't feel that we should ever forget these people. Yes, and I'm so sorry for all the family and friends that were linked with these people. Yeah, very, very heartbreaking. And what's that? Mizzou Tiger. I have a love-hate relationship with this day. My brother-in-law, who is a firefighter, introduced me to his brother, who is my husband and father of our 2 kids. Okay, wow, I'm so sorry. And my cousin has a piece of the tower. Okay. Vandy, I was at work taking inbound calls where we processed federal student loan applications. We had a main office in the Twin Towers employing 2,000 people. All got out safely. Well, that was a blessing, wasn't it? Ross Tomlin, parents were coming to pick their children up, and we all hugged because we did not know if we would see each other again. The train into Manhattan stopped. There was an eerie silence. I can't imagine what it was like for you guys in America. I can't. Now, we have to mention this because this is the charity that Harry and lots of celebrities were raising this money for today. So, and it is 9/11, so we do have to remember this. Light that candle, go to the church, go to wherever you go and light that candle for those people. Sambra Monique Smith, I was in school when 9/11 happened. Yeah. Okay. My friend was at Disneyland, Florida on that day. They told everyone to go home and look on TV as they were closing the park. Something had happened. Was anybody in New York at this time? Is anybody here from New York? I was Ross Tomlin, I took forever to get home that day. The bus was packed and there were people covered in white powder. Oh, wow. Lady Chatterley, thank you. She was a beautiful woman inside and out. I live near Chicago. And when the question of it, there were more hijacked planes in the air. Was she in the airplane? Chicagoans feared they would hit the Sears Tower. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, let's continue. Vandy, my brother's wife was buried today. I'm sorry for your loss. She died of cancer in her lungs, which spread to her brain, and once it did, she went downhill very fast. Oh God, make sure that you get checked out, guys. You know, if you feel tired and all these weird kind of symptoms, just go and get yourself checked. It's very important. She was 68. I'm sorry for your loss there, Vandy. Okay. Ross Tomlins. It was so hard for New Yorkers. So many stories. I was traumatized and could not return to Manhattan for 5 years. Wow. Hi everyone, and if you've just joined the show, I'm just saying that Harry and some celebrities have raised £1 billion today on the stock. I think it's the stock exchange there for the 9/11 victims or families. Okay. Okay, Sweet Peaches, that must have been very traumatizing. In fact, if I was walking those streets that day and I saw that, you know, everybody was covered in that white dust and could see, you know, the towers crumbling down as we saw in all those horrific pictures, I think that would shock me into wanting to move out of New York. Certainly, it would. And maybe that a lot of people did move out of New York that particular year or the year after, fearing that it's not a really a safe place to live. And yeah, but there's not been a great deal of incidences since, I don't feel, in New York, although I think there's been more in London and Paris and places like that. So, okay, Sweet Peaches, when I realised it was real, I grabbed my keys and to donate to a blood bank. Wow, well done, well done. They decline me because I donate to infants who need negative blood. Then realised that they weren't taking donations at all. Oh, what's the matter? Come on, come and sit here. Come and sit here. Let me pick the dog up. One moment. Just give it a dog. Come on. Come on. So, I think talk about hijacking. I think this dog wants to hijack my show. So, yeah, Debbie Pop, the US Embassy was attacked today for 9/11 in Afghanistan. It will never end. I just don't know what all this hate is in the world. I mean, it's sheer evil, isn't it? It really is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So she is so cute. You see, I want to get on with my live show, but she won't let me. So I need to give her a big cuddle. She's absolutely gorgeous. I feel like taking her home. Okay, well, this dog, it's not mine. I'm looking after this dog for a few days. But she's absolutely adorable. I just feel like stealing her. And she's been with me all the time. Your pooch got onto your lap too. Yeah, it is a cosmic energy, yeah. Oh, she's so sweet. She's lovely. I think I'm going to run off with her. She's so cute. She's lovely. Yeah. Unfortunately, not my dog. I'm looking after this dog. But she's absolutely adorable. And She won't leave me alone, not in a horrible sense, but she won't leave me alone. She needs lots of cuddles. Yeah, so a bit of a sad day today, and unfortunately, yeah, there's so many questions and so many answers. That's not, yeah. What a world we live in, eh? What a world we live in. What a world we live in. So let's get back onto this. So Harry's done a great thing today. Amazing. Okay, and this was published by Mark Jewell of the Daily Mail, and this was published today, obviously the 11th of September. Prince Harry closed a $1 billion deal on a financial trading floor today as part of a charity event for 9/11 victims. The Duke of Sussex helped raise thousands of pounds for charity, including his Invictus Games Foundation. He has attended the 15th annual Charity Day at Canary Wharf in London. The Duke of Sussex helped raise thousands of pounds. Okay. And armed with 3 phones as traders barked orders at him, the 34-year-old royal kept his cool and managed to seal the 1 billion transaction, which is estimated to have raised, I don't get that, 1 billion transaction, which are estimated raised 50,000. Well, it's either 1 billion or 50,000. That's weird. Anyway, that's what was reported. Okay. Today. So I do get that Harry is getting back on the horse here, and he's doing an amazing job. And he's mingling. He loves to be out and about in London, and this is who Harry is. He loves to do this. Okay. So he does love to do this. I'm going to have to tell your mommy that you are famous on YouTube, aren't I? Yeah, because you... So that's like an amazing thing to do for Harry. And I think his popularity is definitely getting better. Okay. Thank you, moderators, for actually getting rid of those trolls. You see, I don't get that. We're talking about a charity. We're talking about the 9/11, and we get these people saying these horrible things. You see that Ballhead Black, you know that name? It's so evil. Go and get yourself some help, yeah? Because what on earth has this channel got to offer you? I've blocked you. Disgusting person. Okay. You know, these people that are pretty evil, always like, if you notice that narcissists and toxic people like that always look at something about you that they can exaggerate. And whether it's my high forehead, but the reason why it's because the camera's quite close to the forehead. Not that I don't care if I've got a high forehead, actually, and that I've got big eyes. And, you know, if that's all you can do, you're crazy. That is very kind of narcissistic to look for somebody's weaknesses to get them to stop what they're doing. That's typical narcissist. That's evil. Actually, it's evil. And pick on the flaws. What you feel is a flaw. That's not a flaw. What is there to be so horrible about? Really, we're talking about a charity and the 9/11, and this lovely, cute little doggy here. Come on, go down. Oh, this you see this dog here. It's it's making me hot. So that's just sheer evil. You need to go and get yourself some help. If that's all you've got to do. Okay, so let's have a look here. Thank you so much, moderators. Okay. Yeah, so Anne Khan, he worked in a call centre answering phones. Maybe the charity has raised 1 billion over 15 years. Oh, right, okay. I thought in one day that's a lot. Okay. So narcissists go for what they see as a weakness in people. And you'll see that a lot in politics too. They will look for, and if they can't do that, they start to be sheer. This is where they show this horrible, nasty, evil side of themselves, because if that doesn't work, they'll up the ante. And it'll be slut. Sorry for the language, but it'll be slut, whore. If that doesn't work, then where are you going to go? Oh, you're dead. You're dead. You're going to die. And this is how far these evil people go. If they see that it's not getting to, oh, you're old. Oh, look at your forehead, it's growing bigger. Oh, look at your eyes. Not that I'm bothered, because I don't see that myself. And if that doesn't work, they up the ante, and they realise, where do they go from there if it doesn't work? When they say, just die, where do they go? Where do they go? And you see this in politics. They can't say just die, can they? But they will say, we will, Boris Johnson, we will break him, we will stop his, but they can't say something like, we will kill him. And they must know, politicians must know, and it's sheer hate. It's sheer hate. In fact, our politicians are hating on each other. So how is that going to portray to the general public if they are going to hate on each other and say all these wicked, horrible things? My eyebrows. Because I've got fair hair. Okay, I don't have my eyebrows are pretty fair, and you can't hardly see them. But I don't like tattooed eyebrows. And they're my natural eyebrows. You can't see them because they're so fair. Okay. Insecurities, I think they go for, but people like Boris Johnson have been brought up to not have insecurities, and to be strong, know who they are, always getting affirmations of who they are, validated. It's people that have not been validated that actually take things like this as, even if, this kind of racism, people are called black and all this horrible racism that goes on. If it happens with everyone. It's not just about colour. It's just hate. It's And there is, it is an actual crime. Hate in the UK, hate crime is committing an offence, you know. So let's have a look here at your yeah, so thank you everyone for coming here. So I just wanted to swing by and just say we haven't forgot these people from 9/11. Okay, they're very much in our hearts. So, and we do, a lot of us remember where we were. Okay, where we were on that day, and it was like watching one of those, apocalyptic movies, wasn't it? That all that dust and papers, papers flying from the sky, just floating from the sky, documents and things like that. It was like watching a movie, and but it wasn't a movie, was it, at all? It wasn't a movie. So, like Jackie, yeah, I agree with you, Yvonne. Our government is. Have you heard what they said about each other? They do sound like a group of. I'm quite shocked by the. I'm quite shocked by the opposition, the Labour Party, how nasty they have stooped. Now, we have had, and they don't even know what they're doing. And I'm not just saying that because of political reasons, but they're actually making an embarrassment of themselves in a way of the dog will have to wait. They're making an embarrassment of themselves because come on, in a way of the public voted. We had a referendum, and the public voted to actually come out of the European Union. Now, whether that's with a deal or no deal, there was a majority vote to come out of the European Union. Now, we're all tired and bored of this now, aren't we? So because the opposition, they're truly being oppositional, okay. They are saying now, vote for Corbyn and remain in the EU. Are they crazy? Are they crazy? There was a majority vote to come out of the European Union, which Theresa May was trying to get sorted out. And they are saying that the opposition are saying, vote for Corbyn and remain. And remain. So, Labour Party, can't you see that's going against the people? Can't you see that is going at what? Do you feel that a lot of people have changed their minds now? Do you feel that a lot of the people that voted to come out of the European Union have actually decided, oh, I think it might be better to remain? And the fact is, there was a majority vote to actually leave the EU. That's the fact. You cannot take that fact away. And I feel this is why the government, Boris Johnson, has decided to partly, close down Parliament and let's get this through, because there is Jeremy Corbyn here saying, vote for us and actually remain. But isn't that going against what people voted for? We've got this mess of Parliament at the moment that they're having to shut down And now the opposition is saying it's a crime. Okay, it's a crime to shut down Parliament, and all of this. Okay. Yeah, in my honest opinion, the European Union is like a Cold War. Um, they have literally shut down Greece, and they control them through all of the loans that they have given Greece. And they did not. You see, they didn't sign. I guess they signed into being in the EU, but they didn't sign into actually handing over the power to the European Commission, European Union. Portugal is the same. Southern Ireland is just getting themselves sorted out, but they went through a big recession, joining the EU and the euro. Spain is also the same. Lots of these European countries. It does. Athens looks so unkempt. Yeah, I went there 2 or 3 years ago, and I was shocked to see what Athens looked like. It just looked, there was, and I know you get this in cities, but there was graffiti all over these lovely buildings. And, if we get that in the UK, we get council workers cleaning it all off, especially if it's a historical building. It doesn't matter if they do that on a daily basis, it has to be cleaned off. But we're looking at the European Union, okay, who joined, which is Spain, Portugal, Ireland, Southern Ireland, okay. Thank God we did not fully join it, okay, although we did with the trade. But what other countries are part of that EU? They're all kind of going, they're pretty much bankrupt, all of that, apart from France and Germany and and Brussels and Belgium, apart from countries like that. So I just feel myself, I feel that the governments, I think there's a Cold War. The EU would love also Britain to also become a lesser power than Germany and France. What can I say? I feel that Greece does not belong to Greece anymore. It belongs to Germany. Germany has bailed them out so many times that they're so entrenched with debt. They have no chance of freedom. No chance of freedom from the EU. You can't really say communist either, because that would, they'd say, no, we're not communists at all. But all the countries surrounding Germany are going bankrupt. Is there any wonder that England, that we want to get out? Because everybody, all of these people from Greece, not from Greece, but from Spain, Portugal, they're all coming to the UK to work, because there's no work in Spain and Portugal. All of these countries that they're all aiming to all of European and Eastern European are all coming this way to England, and we don't have the jobs for these people. We don't have we're just a small island. And for whatever reason, they're heading this way, and we've had a massive influx of Europe heading this way at Poland, Bulgaria, Slovakia, you name it. We don't have England anymore. We're like a mixture of all sorts of European countries. So is there any wonder that that we want to get out of the EU? We don't want to be dragged into and then we've got Jeremy Corbyn saying we need to remain. We need to remain and be dictated by Angela Merkel and the European Commission. And crazy, absolutely crazy when majority of people in the UK voted to come out. So I feel, well, Boris Johnson went to speak to the Queen to say we need to shut down Parliament so we can get this through, because Jeremy Corbyn is going to stop this, what the people have voted for. And what makes him feel, this is what's more dangerous, that Jeremy Corbyn feels that he is above the vote of the people. We need to remain. And if he was in power, we would be staying in the European Union, regardless of what was voted for. Okay, so let's have a look here. I don't want to get onto politics, but I don't know why we got onto that subject. But I feel that we've got a Cold War here, that Germany, again, feels like they... I even feel that Donald Trump has advised Boris to get out of there, because it's like they want to take over the world again in a different way. So, so I just feel that Boris, what I pick up intuitively, and I know I'm an intuitive reader, I'm not political or anything like that, but what I pick up here, investigating this in an intuitive, psychic way, is that the reason that Boris wants to get out of the EU is because Boris Johnson does not want to be controlled by some kind of superpower here of a European Union, and being bullied by the European Commission. I feel that's one of the main reasons he wants to get out of the European Union. And looking at Greece, looking at Spain, looking at Portugal, and all those people that have gone bankrupt and just rely on the European Union, and they were sold this euro, that they thought that this was going to save their countries and make the countries all rich, because it's all going to become one, and a European Union, the same currency. It's failed miserably. And most of those countries have gone bankrupt or near on bankruptcy. And it's so sad. It is so sad, because people are patriotic. They can see what's going on. I feel that the Greek people voted to come out but their wishes were denied to actually stay in, because the European Union Commission made it so difficult for them to actually leave. And it's bullying. It's bullying. It's Cold War, and it's controlling. It's controlling. So, in my what I pick up is that we've also got this other situation of terrorists too, as well as also coming out of this European mess. We've not even got the currency. We've not got the currency. We've kept the pound, and we've not got the currency of the European currency, the euro, and yet we're finding it so hard to actually get out. So this backstop thing. And I feel this is why Boris Johnson has just said, look, we'll just do a no deal and we'll just get out of here, and we will survive this. Okay. And this backstop thing is just like an insurance policy to say to Ireland, we will sort this out in a best way we can do this at a later date. That's why it's called a backstop. So I don't want to get into European, but we're just sick of this in the UK. I'm not going to give my political views because I don't want this to be a political channel. But let's have a look at your comments here. Caroline, the EU future is uncertain. Some country, England are paying billions into the EU to be a member. It's like being a member of some gym membership that you never ever go to. I'm a member of a gym, and it costs me $2,000 a month, but I don't even use it. It's like that kind of thing. Who does that? Who does that? So the EU future is uncertain. Some countries may not survive another 2 decades. German Angela Merkel will not be running during the next election or will lose. Jackie, you couldn't pay me to visit London, the capital of my country. It's no longer British. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, I must admit, you get a lot of foreign students there. You get a lot of tourists, but a lot of it has been taken. Well, they feel that London, and that's where the jobs are. That's where it's all paved with gold. When you get like all these migrants coming over, nothing wrong with migrants coming over, but we've I think it's been too free, too much of a free flow. And we've even been attacked for being British. It's like you're racist. It's the race card for everything. You're racist. You can see, you've got blonde hair, blue eyes, your typical Anglo-Saxon. You get attacked for being British. And there was at one point, I lived out in Greece I stayed out in Greece for quite a while. I got so sick of England. I got so sick of it. I know. And I feel that somebody has to do something. And I feel coming out of Brexit is you see people say, oh no, we should remain. But if you actually worked in London and you worked in hospitals like I did, I was the only English girl in the whole blooming hospital. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but there were all these nationalities, and I was the one that was getting pretty much pushed out and bullied because I was English. Is that right? Is that right? Something has to be done when it gets to we're getting so many migrant workers that the English person cannot even go to work. So, and I'll get called a racist for saying that. Okay, so so England's going through some testing times at the moment, and I think that Boris Johnson would like to come clean out of Europe and take it to like a Canadian kind of democracy, and having very strict kind of boundaries and borders. That you have to be a professional person to come and work with like a point system, like Canada, like Australia, and that kind of thing. So I actually do feel that. I feel that he wants it to be more strict. And you see, Europe don't want that, because where are all these migrants going to go if they don't come to England? Sorry, the dog's down there. if they don't come to England. Where all those, so they're not going to like it. France is not going to like it. Germany's not going to like it. Italy, they're not going to like it. But wherever all these people are going to go, they're all going to try different places in Europe. Well, we could get a job in Germany. Let's all go to Germany. Oh, I know, we could get a job in France. Maybe we should go to France, and all that kind of thing. So, yeah, so let's just continue with this. Oh, come on then. Come on. Dog's wide awake now. It's been sleeping all day. Kayleen Butler, they are doing the same here in the USA, and we don't have jobs either. No food, no housing, not medical help. Caroline, modern migrants vote for... yeah, they do. Come on then. Come on. Oh, bless. And so... Trump wants a base entry into our country on what you can contribute to our country instead of draining the system. Yeah, well, that. I think that's, you contribute to the system, and then you can, live in the system. And if you're, a British citizen, and that kind of thing. An interesting subject. I don't know why we got onto this, but there's lots going on in the world, and I just wanted to swing by to say this 9/11 today. We haven't forgotten these people that died in on this day in 2011. We have not forgotten those people that perished on that day, on this day. 2011, and sending all the love and blessings and protection to the families of those people that suffered. Absolutely. But we've got more problems, and I think we diverted off that subject because we've got lots of problems in with the Parliament in the UK. With coming out of European Union, what happens then? And you see, if we came out of the European Union and it was a clean break, Brexit, okay, no deal, I feel that England would survive, and we've got a lot of people, allies. So, and also if the Europe made us an enemy, we've got America, we've got Donald Trump, we've got other superpowers that could say, well, if you do that, then we'll do this. And so you want to bargain here for well, if you leave the European Union, you will not get this help. And then the UK says, well, if you want us to help you in any way, then we're not going to help you either. Kind of goes both ways, But if there's a clean break out of Europe, then there'd be no help from the UK. And I feel this is what the European Union are worried about. I think if we had a clean break, we'd be okay. I think we would be okay. We would find a way. And I think a lot of these migrants would have to return from where they came from, and that kind of thing. So interesting to know what Boris. I feel that Boris Johnson would love a no-deal Brexit and just get out of there, because they will just try all tricks in the book here to try to, if we give them an inch of any of this, they will take miles of 10 miles of this. So I do feel intuitively Boris Johnson is thinking about this. We are going to do a Brexit with a deal, but in a way, it's not a deal, it's a backstop. It's an insurance of, we're going to look at this border in in Southern Ireland. Ireland is part of Europe, and it's a separate country to England, apart from Northern Ireland, and they know it, and without this free flowing of trade between these two countries, and this is where the European Union have got us with the short and curlies. You see, this is why Boris Johnson doesn't like this, because we've got one border, and it's between Southern Ireland and Northern Ireland, and we've got no other land border apart from that one. So this is where this European Union has got us by the short and curlies. And we need a deal. We need a deal. We've got you. We're controlling you over this backstop now. And I feel this is the why that Boris Johnson wanted to come out of, no deal, because nobody likes to be controlled, I feel. And now he's got to kind of somehow agree with this, because the rest of Parliament are saying, we need a deal, we need a deal, we can't just come straight out of, anyway. So we'll see how this pans out. So what I did, although there's a backstop, and he's going to do this, Boris is going to do this legally. He's going to agree on a deal. Now, the deal is the backstop. Backstop is just, all the backstop is an insurance policy for a future but I feel he's going to try to look out how to get out of that backstop once we come out of Europe. Once we come out of Europe, he's going to place something else there. This is what I'm getting intuitively. Okay, Boris is going to place something else there. This backstop, maybe in about 2 years. It's going to take a while. So he's going to leave Europe with a deal. But this deal is a backstop, and then when the time comes, he's going to look at a way to get rid of that backstop, and actually be, and then it'll be like, you promised us a deal. Yeah, that deal was the backstop, but look what problems that's presented. So I think that will be looked at again, to actually dump that backstop and actually come out of Europe with what appears to be a deal, but it's not a deal, it's a no deal. Okay. I predicted Boris Johnson would be the Prime Minister with a no deal Brexit. Now we're getting this like, we will leave with a deal. But going down 2 years down the line, coming out of Europe, this backstop will get rid of that too at a later date. And that's why I actually picked up that we will leave Europe with a no deal. Yeah. And Boris Johnson will be re-elected back in as Prime Minister. I'm not saying that because of me. This is what I'm picking up. So let's see what happens. Okay. I'm not saying he's hoodwinking. I feel that he will say, we'll come out with a deal. But all the deal is that it's like an insurance policy. That's all. It's nothing huge. It's just something, we want to get this done. We want to come out, but we will promise to do this at a later date. They're going to see flaws in that backstop, and they're going to say, we can't go along with this at a later date, and then that will be a no deal, clear kind of break from Europe. And they're not going to be happy about it either. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. So I've a little bit of a predictions there for you. Okay. Yeah, the politician. I'm not very political, but I think with serious stuff that goes on, like us leaving the Europe, and these politicians doing these crazy and a shutdown of Parliament is something just to be, you know, interested in at least. So so I'm going to say, guys. I'm going to say thank you so much for being here. I've been on here long enough. Okay. I do operate on like a donation basis. So just to, you know, if you want to support me, my channel, for me to get some great content. I'm sorry that I've not been active on my other account, which is Patreon, because I just feel I just don't feel, I've been traveling, I feel tired, and so at least I've got this one here for you guys. I will get back onto that tomorrow. What's that, Jackie? Can you imagine if any other country wants to leave the EU, they would have a worse fight on their hands than we do? Oh, yeah. They know this. The EU know, and they're bullies. I get they're bullies. They know that Spain can't leave. They know that Portugal can't leave. They know that Ireland wouldn't be able to leave. They know that other Eastern Europeans have got no chance of leaving. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go. I'm going to get off to bed. I feel absolutely shattered. I don't know why. I will catch up with you on Patreon. I won't be coming on here tomorrow, okay, but I'm going to get quite a number, one or two on Patreon to catch up on there. So thank you so much, and love all of you too. Okay. Oh, just to let you know, I am having I am arranging, if anybody's interested in small groups, of like a little mini seminar workshop kind of thing, to stay with me in the UK. Okay. So that's my next plan. That's going to be from January. Okay, January the 10th into right through. We've got to think about a date. We'll arrange on a date. So if anybody's free around the 10th or the 11th of January, right up until the 10th. Sorry, not January. December. The 10th of December, right through to the 10th of January. Please let me know, because I want to arrange a group of us to get together. Okay, in the UK, and there will be a fee, but it's going to be like a reasonable fee for like a mini seminar and a small group to meet together. Okay, in the UK. And I feel if you want to come over from the US, that time of year, I think the flights are pretty cheap. I think we're talking maybe $350, something like that, return. So it's not too bad. The flights are not too expensive. Okay, and if you want to do that, please get in touch with me. And we, need some serious people that are interested in coming to see me, or if you're in England and you want to spend a few days with me, okay, to give me an email. Okay. So sending you guys lots of love, lots of blessings, okay. And bye for now. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.